Today we try to bob and weave towards a brand new victory. Find out what's going on as I hereby invite everyone to join me on my adventures through Marvel Snap. Hey everybody, it's Animal. So if you want to watch my Spotlight Cache Roulette on Tuesday, you will have noted that I somehow got Hydra Bob. And just in case you somehow got Hydra Bob also in this week's cache, I made a deck with Hydra Bob. So this deck is using a lot of the one-drops, a lot of the move stuff. So we got stuff that makes sense for the one-drops and move. So we got Human Torch, Iron Fist, Ghost Spider, Doctor Strange, Kraven, Silk, Vulture, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, and to finish it off, we got Hydra, and just in case locations get in our way, we also have the Rhino. So let's get this one locked up in the chamber, and let's go and play for fun. This deck is what's known as a Series 3 complete deck, which means that if you own only Series 3 cards and below, you can still play my deck. Castle's fine. Let's set up for the Human Torch.
Taking aim.
Okay, let's try to punch the Human Torch now. Human Torch, go punch.
Avengers! Assemble.
We'll do Doctor Strange because that's the highest card. Miles Morales should happen after that. But shouldn't count to Miles.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Hydration Robert will come in. Shocker on their end, Missing Knight on their end. We blew them up with the third location. Symbiote Spider-Man, or sorry, Spider-Man 2099. I kinda want to hold off, and just in case, I can pull in the Heimdall. No Heimdall. Okay. Best move in that situation, it might be the Symbiote Spider-Man. And since they snapped. Okay, let's do that way then. Almost won that. Okay, Human Torch again. We did get the Heimdall this time, so that's good. And I think I can still pull this off with the Ghost Spider. I guess Hydra pulls. Nice. Captain America. Yep. Ongoing Citadel. That's probably the one I want to get rid of the most. Even though Dream Dimensions up this one, it hurts me more of them having the captains.
Avengers! Assemble.
We can set for this vulture. Starlock. Ant-Man, that's fine. And do Heimdall next turn. Can I do anything about the Human Torch? Not really. Best move might be the Silk here. And I'm just gonna finish off with the Heimdall and see where we're at.
Doom rules all. I see the way.
Not enough for me to win. Nope. Okay, I'd like to get one game where I actually get the Kraven to show up. I will double check to make sure Kraven is in this deck. After this one, just in case somehow I forgot it. So we'll make a change here, but I swear I put Kraven in here. There's the Human Torch. Don't want the Human Torch at this time though. We'll just do Rhino. Swarm on their end, swarm on their end. We'll set up for the Vulture. Then we'll do the Hydration Robert. Yeah. Blade. Nothing here. Okay, we're gonna retreat. I want to make sure I have Kraven in here. I can't quite remember if I put him in here. The only card that makes sense. Am I just getting unlucky? No, you're in here. You just are not showing up. There you are. Now you make show up. Okay, there is Kraven on 2. World Forger, yeah. Kraven on 2.
am Ego, and this is my...
Oh, fine, but yeah, we're just getting out of this. I'm not in the mood for this junk of location. That is just the location saying get out of here. Okay, we can start off with the human torch. Finally get Craven to try to make something work. And I get Rollforge, and then Rollforge gives me Ego. I'm not playing against Ego.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
I don't know, that's fine. I can set for the Vulture. Then I can do Ghost Spider and then Hydra Bob. Going deeper into rounds, it's fine. Whatever else comes out. Let's make them suffer. Sure, that's fine. Didn't get... So the best thing for me to do is to try to snap my way out of this. So I'll snap. And then put down the Spider-Man 2099. It's Heimdall and Craven and something else. 3 cards left, and 2 of them are the cards that I really want them to be. I like one game where I actually started with Craven to see how this works, because I think the Craven makes a big difference with this. I might fish for Craven for a bit. I'm gonna fish for Craven and see if that makes any difference.
Escaped.
Not even looking for Hydra Bob at this point, because I don't know if I can win with just Hydra Bob on its own. There's a Craven, okay. Let's see if that bites me now. No, but that's fine. Time Theater, and that's okay. There's the Craven. And well, that's fine. Don't want to move the Craven. Didn't get any card that makes sense on 3. Got all my high stuff. Why can I only get half of whatever I need? me get a single one of my move cards that makes sense. Alright, we're gonna go again.
Escaped.
No Silk, no Human Torch, no Vulture. I'm not asking for a ton, just for my deck to not horribly bite me. There's a shot, okay. Craven. A Vulture that doesn't show up, so we can do Silk and Iron Fist. The locations just want to bite me today. Then Vulture. Silk, and then the Iron Fist, which moves the Silk. And the Vulture gets punched by Iron Fist. And the highest card should be the Vulture. More else to try to move the Silk. Oh, can't move it because of how far it's currently. Okay. Good to know that.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Then final turn, we're just going to move over the Craven. Move over the Vulture. And then we'll shift everything with the handle.
I see the way. Victory.
That helped. But now the question is, what's the Hydra Bob doing in this? I don't think when you don't draw the Craven, I'm not sure how you win this. Human Torch. Oh, sorry, not Human Torch. Iron Fist. Now Human Torch and then Hydra Bob. I don't think it moves because it just showed up. We'll see though. Does Hydra Bob move? This is not considered showed up yet. It does, okay. Silk. Then move over the Hydra Bob. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Craven, okay. Silk, Hydra Bob. Sorry, I'll go Spider, Craven. silk to try to make that work. And that would be fine. There's the spider. That moves over there, that moves over there. Shift, okay. I think I might have a way of doing this, so we'll snap. We'll actually snap once the turn shifts over, we'll snap on 6. So now we'll snap. So now Heimdall comes in, these two shift over, all 4 of these shift over, and then Hydra Bob should shift back to the end. Silk, okay.
I see.
Silk should move first. Silk moves over. And the Hydra Bob moves over. And it wasn't enough. Ah, come on! Why are you so big, though? Where did you get everything from? I guess. I just don't know how this wins. That's... I'm half tempted to pull the silk, that's the problem. Let's pull the silk. And because I pulled out the silk, let's add Ball Buster. See where that puts me. I think with the silk and the Hydra Bob, it's just too much to keep track of. I get wrecked on that because the silk moved in a weird location.
Breaking news.
Giving torch. Doctor Strange.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Vulture. Trying to figure out when it makes sense to buy the Hydra Bob. Then Ghost Spider, Craven. There's the Heimdall, but that doesn't help me. When would I play this? He's a 5, but that doesn't help me out. The only thing that makes sense is the Heimdall to move over just the Craven. I would have had him down. Maybe I would have snapped, but then I have the upper... I don't know. Just...
I see the way.
I'm just not getting how this wins. This is really starting to annoy me too. Alright, we're just gonna flip until I find something that I like in an opening hand.
Escaped.
At this point, it's just a matter about testing it at this point. I want to actually make him a reason that he's in the deck, not just a part of a deck. I could probably make it so that he's just part of a deck, but then he's not a reason in the deck.
Escaped.
Like, if I just make, Long Artemzola Black Panther and he just happens to be in there, is he really doing anything in the deck other than just giving 4 points? Well, there's a Hydra Bob, that's not bad. Okay, Hydra Bob, let's see if we can start out with that. And we can go the Hulkbuster. Makes him a 1/7. It has the ability to move if I snap. And then I can set up for the Vulture. There's the Vulture. What? That's not the Vulture. There's the Vulture.
Avengers! Assemble.
Then I can do Ghost Spider on the Vulture. Set up for the Craven, hopefully. Spider-Man 2099 still needs to come down a rank. It just does. Well, the Vulture. Haven't set up. Do the Blue Marvel just to get some power on the Hydra Bob. In 2099, that's fine. And then I think I'm finally okay to win something off of this. Then Blue Marvel again, and then we'll snap. Snap, and then you can also put down the Human Torch. Only one place Hydra Bob can go. So that'll be 12 on that. Does that mean then it's better for me to take out the Spider-Man 2099 for just a Blue Marvel? Possibly. Yeah. There's the Blue Marvel. Human Torch. Hydra Bob moves over, and we're good. How do we still lose? Oh, come on. That was one of the best things I could have done, and I still lost. Alright, let me change. The Spider-Man 29 just doesn't do me any good. I did like to have the blue marble fault in there, so let's change that out. Let's try that for a bit and see if anything makes sense now. I'm only playing games where I see Hydra Bob in the start because I want to give him a chance. I want to test him actually out instead of just this being a deck that has Hydra Bob in it. I mean, if you want to use them in a deck just because you want the extra points, you can. But then it's not a Hydra Bob deck, it's just a deck that has Hydra Bob in it. I'll try this just because I can maybe make Human Torch work. Doctor Strange.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay, that's fine. Rhino to take out the Mindscape. I'm going to try to punch the Vulture. And then because of how the Vulture should move again. That's fine. Punch the Vulture. And then Valhalla should punch the Vulture again.
The Sorcerer Supreme.
Canvas didn't punch the Vulture again. Interesting. Okay. We'll try to set up for the Craven. Actually, yeah, that's fine.
I am Iron Man.
Now you punched a Craven. That's so weird. That's how that interaction works. Okay.
Power must be controlled.
That's fine. We do the Heimdall, this moves over here, all three of these move over here. So the correct move would be to play the Vulture, to play the Hydra Bob after the handle.
I see.
Shift, shift.
I want the throne.
Yeah, but that had very little to do with what Hydra Bob was doing, because I wasn't going to snap because snapping wouldn't have got me anywhere. If anything, if they would have played this a different way, it might have even lost me the match. I'm gonna start fishing here for a bit. I want to see at least Hydra Bob or something that makes sense for me to open with. Otherwise, this is just a Craven deck. That's what this is at this point. This is the Craven deck that happens to have Hydra Bob in it, because not like the Hydra Bob's doing much.
Escaped.
I want one more serve Hydra Bob. Come on.
Escaped.
I want to see what this looks like when I actually start with one. Come on.
Escaped.
Why does everybody else get their 1-drop on 1, their 2-drop on 2, but I just can't? Alright, we're gonna try this again just because I have the Human Torch Doctor Strange combo. Hoping that maybe Hydra Bob makes an appearance and does something for me. There you go, there's Hydra Bob. Okay, maybe we can do something now.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
I wish Hydra Bobby has something off in this, but it just doesn't. Yeah, best move for me to do. Maybe do this, believe it or not, which is a dumb move. And the only reason that makes any kind of sense is because maybe I can fill the hot room.
Enough said, Bob.
Craven. Hot room filled. Then I can play the Heimdall.
I see the way.
Move over the Hydra Bob.
Victory.
There's Hydra Bob. Alright, Hydra Bob, let's put you on the Bifrost. Get a Hulk Buster on you. That's fine. Of course, it'll be behind on whatnot. New York, okay. We'll do the Craven. And we'll actually snap here. Snap.
Oh, snap.
Try to move the Hydra Bob into the Craven. If it doesn't move into the Craven, it moves into the Bifrost. Nice. Now, after that, let's break the Bifrost. We'll do a Ghost Spider, so I can get the Craven to work. We'll do a Doctor Strange.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
And then for last turn, Craven moves first. Then the Hydra Bob. And we'll do Miles Morales, Human Torch, and we'll split these two. Yeah, let me undo everything. I want the Craven to move over, then the Rhino, and then the Ghost Spider to move over. Then Miles Morales and Human Torch on one, and that should be enough.
I am Iron Man.
Barely, just barely.
Victory.
That's with the Hydra Bob being all the way up to 7 at that point. That's just sad. I'm gonna do one more legitimately here. And I'm gonna just try something for the fun of it. We'll do the Hulk Buster, and then we'll leave that alone. Then we'll do the ghost spider. Ghost spider, and I can put up the Hydra Bob. It might actually have a chance of doing something for me for once. That's fine. Playing around just done for stats.
Neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Okay, there's the Craven. You went to the wrong spot, so that was lovely. The final turn, we'll be able to play down the Heimdall. Then we should be okay to snap, and then see where Hydra Bob goes. Just don't know if Force gonna do anything if that's the problem.
I see the way.
Who will the winds bring?
Yeah, I did something. I did it. That Hydra Bob doing something, or was that just the fact that I was finally playing another move deck? I want to try something. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna do something stupid. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, we're just putting random stuff, doesn't really matter what else I'm doing. This is just the closest theory. Let's put a random 3 in here. Sure, why not? Random. Let's go. That'll be fine for right now. Random 5. Let's go with that. Let's go with random 6. Random 6 and a random secondary 1. Let's go with Spider-Man 1. Yeah, okay, Spider-Man will work. Actually, let's go. There you are. Alright. This deck has no reason to be a Hydra Bob deck. It's just a deck that has Hydra Bob in it at this point. Even just being a regular one drop makes any difference. Joe.
Live from the Daily Bugle.
Sure, animal is fine. Done a candlestick command. Set for the wall. There's the Black Panther, so we get the Black Panther. So if we get the Black Panther, we snap or try and hope that Hydra Bob ends somewhere in the middle and not on the Daily Bugle here. That's where I'm hoping he lands. Not I will 50-50 this.
All hail Hydra!
It's the Hydra Bob. Awesome. You find it where you're supposed to. And then we do the Artemis, and we win. Even if you snap, that doesn't matter, because that'll happen at the end. You blocked off this location, so I don't care. Your gore is big, but I still don't care.
Wakanda forever! Wakanda forever!
Your gore's not 91 big. Hey, you got a big gore. I love it. I try the entire night to get something to work with Hydra Bob. I eventually just say, I don't care, I'm just putting Hydra Bob in a deck with a 1-drop. And that's when everything starts making sense. I mean, to call this a Hydra Bob deck is, at this point is an insult because it's just a Wong deck that happens to have Hydra Bob in it at this point. When you're doing stuff like that, it's like, yeah, technically it's a Hydra Bob deck, but if that's what you're doing with him, I don't know what to say because technically he's in your deck. He helped out in that particular situation because he was able to open up a slot for me. But that's all he really did. And is it good just to have a 1-drop that's just a 4 on its own? I guess. But considering the only thing that would ever really help out Hydra Bob if you're Series 3 complete is the Craven. There's really
Time's up.
nothing that makes sense. Okay, Craven's the only thing that makes sense for him because it's the only thing that gets the power off the move. Let's do one here. And I can even do a Maria Hill to see what I get. Zima didn't help me. We're on 6, so I can set up for the Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Then I can do Black Panther. That'd be enough. Got 7, so I can do Black Panther. I can do Super Scroll because it'll grab the null. And then do Mystique. And see where that puts me.
Cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place.
Super Scroll, which copies the null. And then Mystique, which copies the null again. There we go.
Victory.
Yeah, the best way to use Hydra Bob is just not to care and not to make a deck around him, just play him as a normal card. Play him as a normal 1-drop. That's so sad that he really has no point in a move deck. I tried all night to make a move deck that made sense. Didn't ever give me the power that I wanted to. And as soon as I basically said I'm done trying to make a move work, I'm just going to play him as a normal 1-drop, I started winning. So the deck that would make sense for him to be in, which would be a move deck, is not the deck that makes sense because there's no reason to put him in that move deck. So he really doesn't get the bonus off being movable. The fact that he's got a move on him, or moves, quote-unquote move synergy, doesn't really help him out because the only card that would get any advantage off of that is the Craven. And then he's just a normal 1-drop. Not a bad 1-drop, I'll mind you. But it's just a normal 1-drop at that point. It's a 1-4 at that point, which isn't bad, but it's like, is that what you're trying to do? Yeah. This just proves that he's just a 1-drop and you almost don't care that he's in your deck.
I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
All hail Hydra!
Wakanda forever!
Yeah, you just don't care. Alright, I'm getting enough information off this. Alright, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.